what's up? Red Panda Anthem. Red Panda, what's good? Red Panda Anthem.
Yeah, let's do questions. Let's keep it questions.
Let's do it next week.
Let's
we'll save it for him.
Let's do it.
We got y'all, Ernest. We got y'all. We appreciate y'all.
All right,
I
I need
could do something special because I dropped it for Sock Club last week. What I could do, I can drop the link and you guys can put it in and upload it tonight. Membership has its benefits. Yeah.
Oh, wait, they're rolling back now on YouTube.
What were they saying?
They're saying presentation.
Join Stock Club.
I love it.
All right, Anita, yourself, please.
Anita, what's up?
Hi guys. How y'all doing? Thank you so much for all that you do. I appreciate you guys. I have a question. My granddaughter's graduating from high school and I normally give her money. I want to put $1,000 in stocks for her and I'm looking at NVIDIA. And do you guys recommend that I wait for Amazon and not do AMD? That's kind of what I want to vote from you guys.
A vote? My vote is all three. My vote is all three.
Okay, so split 1,000 between all three. Okay,
I'm in all. Yeah. I'm just personally telling you like the things that have high interest in. All three. Yeah. All three. Those are all three. Great stocks.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I would do NVIDIA at 131.81. So you guys can write it down. NVIDIA at 131.81. You said Amazon. I would definitely wait after the split, but I'll give you a price for now. If it gets to 1972, I would get in there. What was the third one?
AMD.
Oh, that's my baby. I'll do AMD at $72. And if you hold those for
She's
10 years.
She's 18, so I wanted to hold them for longer than that. But
please do. Then she'll be able to take care of you. And that's a great part. If you put it in early, so if you look, it's one of my favorites. But if you look when AMD started to take off after 2009, it was at $1.61. Most of the people in Red Panda are in anywhere from $10 to $14. And in 10 years plus, it went from 181 to 164. So if we drop back down any further, I have a price target for AMD in like 4 years for like 210. So just hope. For those of you with graduating children, please share this. Put the money away and allow them not to touch it for 10 years.
Absolutely.
I know they're going to need it for books or I need a deposit for an apartment and all that. All those are mechanisms to draw money out of our accounts to make other people rich.
No, I'm grandma, so she doesn't get it till she gets it in my will. Oh. So she doesn't get to see it until
You're amazing. And I'll tell you a story. My grandmother invested in Microsoft the first year at IPO, and one of her friends talked her out of it. I hate even looking at the chart. I was born in 1982, so this is in 1985, adjusted for all the splits in 1986. My grandmother's base price would have been 31 cents into Microsoft.
Wow.
Now, wasn't that at the time? It's at 273 now. That's why I tell you guys, people who give you advice or information, want two things. If they are not in a position to give you the money if they mess up, do not listen to them. That's in all of business. Number two, people sometimes will tell you to do things that are not in your best interest, not because they're trying to harm you, but because they do not know. So even as controversial as the Facebook take and Instagram take may be, right? Maybe it sounds controversial because we have been lied to so much that the truth actually sounds foreign. So I'm proud of you for doing that for your granddaughter. Yes, make her hold it. And even when she gets it at your will, please make her keep at least 30% of that money until she's 50 and make it a mandate in that will.
Great idea. Thank you. I will do that.
Thank you.
Thank you, Anita.
Shout out to the grandmas and grandpas.
Yeah, that's incredible, man. Already, thinking about the next generation. That's what it's about. Mm-hmm. That's what it's about right there.
Yeah.
Excellent. James, we're coming to you. Unmute yourself, please. No fridge breaks.
No fridge breaks, Jake. Nah. Janet said it. It wasn't me, bro.
I did say it. Y'all got to be ready.
Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, we hear you. What's going on?
You. How are you?
All right. Hey, what's going on? Good evening. Hope y'all are good and having a good holiday. I was actually looking to make a decent investment, either with Google. Well, actually, I was thinking about doing it for Google as my one tech. Is it best to do it immediately, like once the stock split happens, or wait a while?
If you don't have a lot of capital and if like 2,000 per share is a lot, yeah, we'll wait. And I know some people are going to, they're going to do the illustration. And if you have one pie, you break it into 20 pieces. It's the same. But let's be honest. For us, to put in 200 a share or 190 a share, especially if you're beginning out, feels a lot better than 2,000. Because if you put in 2,000 per share and it doesn't work, you're going to feel like, oh my God, this isn't going well, right? At 200 a share, you can be like, that was a date that didn't go well. Google is going to be more faithful to you than whoever you take on that first 2 dates, right? So I will wait. Rest in peace to the Godfather, Kevin Samuels. But I will wait for 1956-90 or 2091-27. But yeah, Google is one of the greatest businesses ever created. Somebody put in chat, what are the top 5 businesses that Google owns? Now, do some research myself.
Yeah, I recall you saying something like it pretty much is like has no competition. Google.
Yeah, but go look at how many businesses they own. So look at it like this. I'll go back to my basketball analogy that I use. Think of Google as the Lakers, and every company underneath them are a player. So if I can get a healthy AD with LeBron, with Kawhi, with P, I ain't gonna say nothing. Don't worry. With Chris Paul when David Stern vetoed that, right?
Yeah, that was crazy.
You'll have a superpower, right? And if you look, Google has, of course, YouTube. You guys put in chat which other ones they have, but cybersecurity companies. So we talked about that. I'm wearing one right now. Shout out to you who remember Concrete Chronicles, Fitbit, Looker, Nest, amazing business. Waze, data collection, once again. YouTube, DoubleClick, which is an advertising firm. And also, too, you have to look apples to apples. If you look at a digital platform to advertise on, Google is better, and they are the godfather of internet advertising.
Yeah.
They mastered it. So if you have to pick between advertising on Google or Facebook, which one are you going to pick? Now, the true answer is you should, for my content creators and business creators, and I'm begging you guys, when you guys ask these calls, squeeze in a question to me about investing, you need to ask them about the social media part. Because if I get this script to Trae Young or somebody for Above the Rim 3, Shotty and Troy going to produce it with me, and we're going to be off to the moon. So be sure to squeeze those questions in. But I'm telling you, if a company owns 7 or 8 amazing companies inside of the empire, why not just invest in them? So Google is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that. Because I like
part of that. Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking at that as the Microsoft.
I mean, both are great. Both are great. And what you said about owning 70% of the industry, like part of the conversation we were having this weekend was about the podcasting space and YouTube's role in it. And one of the interesting things that I was kind of thinking about and didn't really hit me was like, they could come into the space, but do they need to? Right? Because every podcast, pretty much, if they want to be on the visual side, there's one place they have to go. So it almost becomes like, all right, we could do it, but I know you need me for the visual. And so they you know what I mean? So it's like one of those spaces, like they're going to dominate the business, and they don't even have to enter the other space because people know that if you want to watch me, there's one place you're going to do it, and that's on YouTube. So that's dope. And then again, on the stock split itself, I just wanted, so some people may not be familiar with the date. Yes, Google will be splitting a 20-1 split on July 15th of this year. So July 15th, 21 split on Google. Like you said, when somebody asks you to pay $2,000 for a share, it's going to feel a lot different when you have to pay $200. And so when people see $200, they're more likely to buy more shares, right? You might say, all right, well, now with $1,000, I can buy 5 shares. And so it's a different feel, even though it is technically the same amount, it just feels different. So
and then also on top of that, Charlie, my bad, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Also on top of that, hedge funds will then be able to buy more shares. I was listening to Mike and Josh's show this past weekend. Let me pull up the stat, and I'm just saying it because I want to give credit and not feel like I'm jacking ideas from them. But if you look at the stocks that appear most frequently amongst hedge funds: Apple, Amazon, Alphabet, Meta, So Facebook is still in the top 5. So Microsoft, Amazon, Meta, Apple, and Visa are the top 5 that always pop up. If Google goes to a price where it's more affordable, now you're going to see it move up higher in that list. My frame of thought is like from a basketball perspective, and shout out to everybody in Dream Team that we play ball with. I was victorious that first game or nah? Y'all see, they sound depressed. Y'all clap for me. But Google will move higher up that list since it's more affordable. Please write this down for every business owner. And then I want you guys, we got to get like Shotty's social media segment on here every week. But you always have to look at a company. Is this company able to beat my portfolio and every other company in the landscape? So if your stock does not feel like Tyson in 88, 87, Tyson versus Mitch Green in the ring and out of, don't invest of it. I know some of you want to trade, and I get it. And I know it's frustrating as hell to hear me say, do this, 2 tech, 2 index. A guy even commented today on Instagram. Thank God I took Instagram off my phone. It's like, you're telling people that they need $1.5 million to be free, which is true if you have 2 kids, because parenting doesn't stop at 18. So if you calculate what your bills are for your kids and multiply that times 300 months, it'll tell you how much money you need as a baseline. That's before college, early pregnancy, whatever. But if you look and see, is this company better than everything and what I put my life on the line and every other company on the line? That's the ultimate screener to take away Neo, Plug, Luna. Like I said, I even remember in 2016 when Litecoin was the hottest thing on the crypto market, and Litecoin is now not even talked about. It's not about my ego or if I like the stock. To be real, I don't own enough shares of any company to be a majority owner or earn enough from them to care. I know some of you are like, well, he liked this one just because I don't work with Vanguard. Tim Cook has not called me. I'm not running a flag for them. These are just the best companies in the world to invest in. And once you know how to do that, same with them. You notice their portfolio is great. And we all had the same picks. Trap is good at Bonowin. And then everyone that has a good stock portfolio has a good business. They select talent well to be on their network, and all their other ventures go well. They didn't put assets over liabilities on C-SPAN or WeChat. Right? And they won't say it. Y'all can close up screen if you want to real quick. Most Black creators wouldn't even put their content on Revolt. They would have chose to go to Paramount or someone that is non-us. Keep it 1,000 while we're talking for the culture. Right? So you're seeing us walking deep, but I'm begging you. The reason why a lot of you lost more than you wanted to and then didn't want to hear me rant about it, because you feel like you have to be writing your pick. Some of you are like, hey, Saturday this weekend. I was like, yo, when you go put out a free course on investing? Stock Club too much. Market Mondays is the free course. Stock Club, put in chat. Do I want work for this show or here? Here. I'm going to keep it 1,000. Stock Club don't even get most of the replays from here. This is the free course. Hey, man, why don't you, be dope to have a hedge fund? Market Mondays is the fucking hedge fund. I just ain't charged you 220 or 0 and 0. But if I need 9,000 of y'all to go to Goldman with me, y'all gonna go and say I made you money, right? Yay or nay, put it in chat. If I made you money, please put yes in chat. Investing, and I said this Saturday at Marcus' seminar, man, if we know, and I'll see y'all at these events dressed immaculately. Women, makeup done well, fellas, your haircut fly, shoes fly, great. Why are you telling me, and for those of you who took penitentiary chances, how are you telling me you don't know how to invest in one company when it's the easiest thing to do on earth? In any era, any decade. And to go back to the origin of slavery, which then turned into our financial markets in the United States of America, they went to the top 5 countries with the most Black people that had highest viability of living the longest and went there. They didn't go to the 18th region. Take the top 5, and then from there say, is this business can destroy this one? Can Facebook destroy Google? No. Can Apple destroy Google? No. Can Google destroy Apple? That's why you have partnership. Google, put in chat, how much does Google pay Apple to be that number one search option on the iPhone when Apple has their own browser? That's like me having another platform and putting somebody else and saying, hey, I'm a better investor. Stock Club members go to him first. Him, her, bodies. No. And then Apple pays Google $10 million. And what does that do for the tax basis for both those companies? And then also, too, you have to partner when you're top 5, because if not, the governments are going to put antitrust. So when people are like, hey, man, Apple going to fall apart because of the antitrust thing. No, if I trust in you that I go to the White House and then me and my cohorts and us 5 do business together. Same thing you see with Circle of CEOs and us this weekend. Like, honestly, egotistically, a lot of y'all, I'm going to be real, be like, man, when you go do your own show? I want to hear your own market monies by yourself. I said this because you motherfucking hate me. All the money's in collaboration. I'm going to be real with you. There's no such thing as self-made. You need partnership. Meanwhile, every other race and background and group of people come together and do business together, whether they like each other or not. You seen Shawty sometimes hate some of the shit I say ain't cool, but it worked. Kids say some crazy stuff, quote unquote. Shout out to my guy Ty. We was at
Allegedly.
Soul House. Yeah, like yo. No. I know I can be tough to work with. I just make sure that them dollars roll in and offset some of the dumb shit I do. Same with Kanye. Yeah, Kanye wild, but it's like the boy said $92 million worth of years. It's like, shit, he ain't that. He all right.
All right.
And then I start meditating and shit. Like, damn, he ain't cool. He ain't tripping. He ain't online. Even everybody in finance. I love options and Forex and whatever you want to crypto.
This that Red Panda Anthem. Ian, what's up? This that Red Panda Anthem. Red Panda, what's good? Red Panda Anthem.